Chapter 8. The only way out is in. Self-accountability plays a key role in making a relationship work, from having empathy for the other person to being responsible in your actions. There are a few things that you ought to keep in mind if you want to make it work. The subtle art of self-accountability. Every dark cloud has a silver lining. If your dark cloud is suffering from the consequences of trust issues, regardless of whether it results from a romantic relationship that went bad or dating back to your childhood years, then self-accountability will be the empowering silver lining in your life. It's easy to play the blame game, and you won't be wrong either to pinpoint who it was in your life that broke your trust, but what good will it be to you when you choose to be someone else's victim? By opting to apply self-accountability, you take responsibility for the state of your relationships, and you are in control of whether it is working. So, let's dig a little deeper into what self-accountability entails and how to make this work out for you. The core of applying self-accountability in your relationships is the fact that you give your relationship the preference it deserves. Regardless of how long this relationship has been, it means that you will work through the challenges that may arise with your partner. It is very easy to get divorced or end a relationship nowadays. We've lost our perseverance, and there are 1,000 reasons it is the case. Yet if you have attracted someone to connect on a deeper level with you, then you need to take responsibility for your attitude towards your romantic partner. The longer you are together and share resources, memories, and intimate moments, the more your accountability increases towards the other person. Yet maybe your partner is not taking accountability in the relationship, and that is why you need to take self-accountability. You need to be your silver lining and grab the life you desire regardless of the many obstacles you are facing. Trust issues often being at the top of the list of the collection of obstacles between you and your happiness. You need to be persistent to do everything you can to make it work. This would also mean that if you are facing challenges with trust, you'll have to work through these too. It is extremely common for people to just walk out of relationships today, but I want to urge you not to do that. Work harder and overcome the challenges you are facing to enjoy a fulfilling and happy, lasting relationship. What are the most common accountability problems in relationships? There are several ways we sidestep our responsibility in a relationship. In the next few paragraphs, we'll take a closer look at these self-limiting actions and how they can overcome these challenges. Regardless of whether you are the person who behaves in any of these ways or often find yourself on the receiving end of such behavior, the responsibility to make smarter choices that support your hopes and dreams for the life you want to live remains yours. Ghosting. Ghosting refers to those moments when you behave in such a manner that it appears as if you cease to exist. It means that you don't respond to the other person regardless of why they reach out to you or how often they have these attempts. Ghosting would often happen when you've just met someone and there was for sure a certain level of attraction, but once the initial rendezvous is over, one partner seems to cease to exist. It is widely understood that ghosting is perfectly fine when you are in the early days of your relationship. But is it really? It is merely a way to sidestep the responsibility you'll have as a partner in a relationship. Unless the other person is posing a risk to you, I don't see it as a reasonable way to act, ever. If someone has been on the receiving end of ghosting several times, it is only normal for them to feel hurt, rejected, and confused regarding their ability to read social situations. Ghosting is a sure way to hurt someone's feelings because of your inability to take responsibility for your relationship. The alternative is to at least keep contact. Manage the relationship and see what it can progress into if you are giving it time to form a firm foundation. If you want to stop engaging with someone, I also recommend that you step up and take responsibility for your choice. At least communicate your intention to the other party. Not in an official relationship yet. The most widely used excuse people use to avoid taking on the responsibility of a relationship is to prevent it from developing beyond a certain point. They would have a predetermined definition of what would classify as an official relationship and never progress to that level. If you are guilty of such behavior, it is likely that you would have increased emotional intimacy and even commitment, but never past a certain point. This would be the point when it is no longer convenient. Partners who opt for this strategy to avoid taking responsibility would often portray certain behavioral patterns. Unpredictability. They are unpredictable. At times, they might respond to your messages within no time, and other times they have no problem to make you wait until it is convenient for them. Unwillingness to give back to a partner. They would have certain sexual demands, but are unwilling to reciprocate the same towards their partner. While they won't give of themselves to this relationship, they will get extremely upset once their partners stop to give too. Not sharing. Holding back on sharing. When you are in a committed relationship with a partner you trust, it is vital that there are no secrets between the two of you. Someone who is not willing to take responsibility in the relationship will always hold out some info. Does the excuse that some topics are just not possible to share in your relationship sound familiar to you? Cheating. I think we've covered the impact of cheating thoroughly. However, while I've already shared the many reasons people cheat, the one reason I didn't list previously is that maybe someone cheats simply because they are not taking responsibility for the impact of their choices on their partner. This is another way to sidestep the responsibility that a loving and lasting romantic relationship requires. This leaves the partner whose needs were left unaccountable with feelings of shame, rejection, and even inadequacy. The best way to sum up the above points is to state that they are all features that don't belong in a lasting and happy relationship. However, if these are the attributes we don't want, what are the features we would look for then? The ingredients that make a relationship stronger. The foundation of a strong relationship is when you've found a partner who approaches the relationship as you do. It will be someone who, even when there are minor glitches, is not giving up, but who will work with you and eat the figurative 7 bags of salt that form the foundation of a happy and fulfilling romantic relationship that will stand the test of time. Communicating regularly, honestly, and compassionately. Communication is the key that unlocks happiness and satisfaction in a relationship. Without it, you can hardly call it a relationship. Couples who are committed to their relationship and are eager to take responsibility for the future of their relationship communicate often, honestly, and with complete transparency. Communication is a two-way street that requires that you sometimes speak up even about matters that might appear to be uncomfortable, and other times you need to listen to what your partner has to say and what they are feeling. Respect. Whenever you are communicating with your partner, it is vital that you do so respectfully. Yet, communication is not the only way you can portray respect towards your partner, as your actions will also reflect your attitude in everything you do. Making time for each other. There is no greater gift to give the people you love than your time. Time is something you will never get back, and that is making spending time with your partner so precious. As time is so important and we have so little time to give, it increases the importance of ensuring that the time that we spend with each other is quality time. Being independent. Partners who share a happy relationship know that while spending quality time together is contributing hugely to the state of their relationship, it is as important to be independent and spend a certain amount of time away from your partner. Take some time to do your own things to prevent an unhealthy codependency from taking over. Know your love languages. When Gary Chapman first published the 5 love languages, he made being in a happy relationship so much easier for many. In his book, Chapman explains that there are 5 ways that people want to be loved, and every person has their unique love language. Learning the love language of your partner as knowing how to love your partner the way they want to be loved will make life much easier and your efforts to show your commitment and love to your other half much more effective and far less time-consuming. Express your appreciation. Partners who appreciate the ways the other is contributing to their lives and who would express this appreciation keep the flame of romance alive even when they are already for many years in a committed relationship. It is truly as simple as that. Notice the positive more and the negative less. Whatever you place your focus on will accumulate in your life. If you are always noticing the negative aspects of your relationship, it will become the only feature that you can see. Thus, shift your focus to all the good in your relationship, and that way you will have more of this. Making this conscious decision is a perfect example of how you can take self-accountability to improve the state of your relationship. Don't act on every opportunity to disagree. Sometimes conflict is necessary, and other times it is best to let the chance to prove your point pass you by. Happy couples know which battles to choose. Turn arguments into lessons. While you don't have to pick every battle, make sure that the ones you have are ones that can contribute to your happiness. Every argument between you and your partner holds the potential to bring you closer, to increase the level of intimacy between you, and to ensure that you build your love on a firm foundation. Thus, use your arguments wisely and don't let these moments where a difference of opinion controls your actions and ruin your happiness. Don't neglect your intimacy. The challenges that many couples face originated in their sex lives. Whether it is lack of sex, not being considerate of the needs of your partner, or the severity of the demands that you have in this dimension of your relationship, taking care of your sex life is vital to ensure lasting happiness. Don't compare your partner or your relationship. Every couple goes through times when things between you and your partner are not exactly the way you want to be. These are usually moments when you might feel neglected, hurt, overlooked, or whatever the cause for your unhappiness is. The best approach during these moments is to focus on the good in your relationship and ways how you can return to the level of intimacy you're used to having with your partner. The worst thing is to compare your relationship to that of someone else or to compare your partner to someone else. We never know the true state of relationships of others or how someone else would be in a relationship. What I know from working with many clients as a relationship counselor is that the grass is always greener on the other side. That is, of course, until you see it up close, but then it is too late. Keep the spark alive. When you and your partner met, the spark between you existed on an emotional, physical, and mental level. Make sure that you put in the effort to keep this spark alive. When the spark is well cared for, you'll enjoy talking to your partner, spending time with them, sharing your life, your feelings, and your dreams with them. It is the type of relationship that most people want to have, but very few will invest the time and effort necessary to achieve it. Trust each other that you only have good intentions. When you know that your partner only wants what is good for you, it becomes much easier to accept their opinions if it contradicts your ideas. It is also true the other way around. If your partner knows that you only want what is the best for them, then trusting you will become much easier for them too. A final word. Regardless of what happened to you in the past, the future is yours to determine. You can choose to deal with the challenges you are facing or to sweep them under the carpet. In this chapter, I shared the typical behavior when people are not committed to be self-accountable and how this reflects in their relationships. If you can identify the features I've shared in your behavior, it is vital that you understand that you only can address these challenges. By being upfront about these features, I also wanted to make you aware of them so that you never step into a relationship with someone who portrays these features. On the other end of the spectrum, we find the positive features of a happy relationship. These are the features you would want to work on increasing. In the next chapter, I'm going even deeper into how you can address the challenges you are facing to enjoy a fulfilling life and relationship.